Welcome to Financial Stewardship. Today we're going to be talking about Hebrews chapter 13, verse 5. It says, "Keep your life free from the love of money and be content with what you have." The verse continues a little bit more after that, but I'm going to leave it there because that will be what we will be talking about today. In a world where we only want more and more, it can really be hard to just look back and appreciate what we already have. It could be the amount of ounces you have, the amount of money, stocks, cars, jewelry, shoes, clothes, and even time. Unfortunately, we take everything for granted, but that shouldn't be the case. We are called to be content with our finances, not greedy. Greed will only destroy your finances and not build them. I'm sure you've heard of the term, "Scared money don't make money." That will only lead to financial ruin. Being content is a key principle of stewardship. Realize that money is a tool, and that tool can be used for good or for evil. Why do I say that? You can use money to stack, save, build wealth, and pass it on through generations. That's a good thing. Or you can use money to gamble. You can use money to spend it on however you want and not help anybody. That could be evil. But depending on how you see things, that could be good. Content means to be satisfied, peace, and acceptance with your current life, self, and possession. Everyone goes at their own pace. Everybody stacks a certain way. Everybody has a certain amount of ounces. It's all different because everyone goes at their own pace. That's why everybody has different bank account numbers, different amount of shoes, different amount of clothes. Everybody has different things. And if you only want more and more, you'll never be satisfied with what you have. Greed will be within your heart, and you'll only continue to want more. And that's not a real good way to live, especially with your time. You'll be trading more time for money, more time for dollars, more time for possessions when you can spend that time learning a skill, learning more about the word, spending time with your family. You know, that time will never get back. It doesn't matter how old you are, how young you are. You'll never get that time back. So however you spend it is how you spend it, you know. It'll be wise to spend it in a good way and not be stressed out, bro. Like, being stressed out all the time, it's no good. It's not good for the heart. It's not good for the soul. That's why we're called to be content. Be content that the Lord He will help us. He knows every need. He knows every want. And it says in Matthew that we're worth more than sparrows. And if the sparrows always have food and they don't have to work, they don't have to sweat for everything, they don't have to stress, they don't stress about anything. They're birds. And God will feed them. So us being more valuable than birds, what makes you think God won't provide for the things that you want, the things that you need? Of course, He's not going to give us $1 million, but He'll make sure we have more than what we need to be satisfied. But to be satisfied and to be content, that's up to you. That's for you to look within. But the only way you'll ever be happy is through the living water, through Christ Himself, through Jesus. That's the only way we'll live. That's the only way we can be satisfied. For His yoke is easy and His burden is light. Stacking silver is a great way to protect your wealth. I could talk about this for days, and I've talked about it in a couple of my previous videos. It protects your wealth. It protects your buying power. You can literally give it to your kids, and it'll be worth more than when you spent it. And honestly, look at it. Let's see. Looks amazing. Look at the back. This is an older one. I know I have newer ones, but this one already has some milk spotting. But some people like them. I don't know. Let's see if you can see it. Yeah, there you go. Some people like milk spots. People hate them. But yeah, today, content. That's the key word. Being satisfied and appreciating the things that we have. I know this channel is mainly about finances, and being a steward. But being content is a key principle of it. Because without it, you can be very reckless in your finances, and you won't be able to build that steady vehicle that'll get you through whatever emergency, whatever life event. Heck, even if you want to take a vacation, if you're not content with what you're making and saving things and putting them aside, you won't be able to take a vacation. You won't be able to buy the things that you want. So don't be greedy. In time, it'll pass. All right, that's it for today. Catch you guys later.